I'm a real bitch, real niggas fuck with me. If I ain't sent for you, bitch, then don't come for me. Yeah, I'm getting money, ho, I'm living comfortably. You not a G and took a LY cause you ugly. I'm petty, it's fun to me.
So as you guys can see from the title below, this is going to be a video all about my depression. Everything that I went through that led me to depression and having anxiety. And the reason for me doing this video is because I feel like it can help someone. This happened like 6 or 7 months ago, and I kept thinking, like, should I do a video about it? Should I do a video about it? And then it was just placed on my heart just today, you know, that I should make a video about this. So that is what I'm going to do. Please watch the entire video before you guys leave comments or make assumptions, because I'm going to tell you guys what led to me having anxiety and what led to me having depression. So if you guys don't know me, or if it is your first time stopping by my channel, or you just came here from the title, or you've been watching me for a while. If you have been watching me for a while, you guys know I have a really bubbly personality. I'm always laughing. I love to have fun. I'm an outgoing person. I'm very blunt. I love just being me. And I'm a very caring person. I'm a very giving person. I'm not one to say no often. And I'm just a person, I feel like if I got it, it's yours. So my depression didn't come, or my anxiety didn't come because I had low self-esteem, or my husband cheated on me, or I felt like I was worthless. None of that mess, you know, because I know I've seen, you know, people go through depression because their husband cheated, or they went through depression because they couldn't handle their kids, or they went through depression because they had low self-esteem. Or my depression had nothing to do with any of that, you know. I'm just throwing stuff out there, you know, because I have seen people go through depression for finance reasons, or, you know, they were broke, and, you know, they were about to get evicted out of their apartment, or they was about to get evicted, or their home was about to be taken from them, or their car was about to be repoed, or they didn't pay their insurance, or you just, all these reasons that will lead up to someone being depressed. Simple. And none of those were my reasons for being depressed. It's really kind of sad when you think about it. The reason behind my depression, what caused me to have depression was me not being a no person. And what that means is I was someone who always said yes, 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 yes. I feel like what's mine is yours. If I got it, it's yours. You know, if I feel like if God bless me and I'm fortunate enough, you know, it's yours too. And I started to realize, you know, maybe 2 years ago, just to give you guys a background on me, you know, I am 33 years old. I've been on my own since I was 17. My first apartment, everything, when I was 17 years old. I had my daughter when I was 18 years old. I've always been an independent, like, person. I've always had my own. I never depended on anyone for anything. I always had my own. I've always worked for everything I have. I was never giving anything. Anything and everything I have was given to me because I worked hard for it. I feel like everyone gets an opportunity every day to change your life for the good, you know. Everybody is given a chance every day to make their life better if they want to, okay? But like I was saying, I'm a real independent person. I always save money. If I worked, I always save like 30% of my check, put it in my savings. And then when I started to, you know, branch out, from doing hair, because I used to do hair, and then I went into medical field, and then, you know, after medical field, I did other things. I invested in a few things, because, you know, in this world you gotta have money to make money. So you, in order to invest, you gotta have money. So then, in order for you to have money, you gotta save. It has to come from somewhere. And I've always been that type of person. I've always saved. Anyone know me, they know I'm not the type of person. I don't like to struggle. I don't like to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't like doing that. The first time I ever had to feel like I was living paycheck to paycheck when I was 17, and that was not a good feeling, and I just did not like it. I did not like having to think about, okay, all my check is gone, now what am I gonna do for food? Or all my money is gone, what am I gonna do for this? So I realized, like, girl, put some money back. And I'm 33 years old. I've been saving since I was 17. The first time I realized I didn't want to be struggling. Whether I put $5 in the bank or $10 in the bank a week, I put something aside, because I never wanted to feel that feeling ever again in my life. And that was a choice that I made for me, because I wanted to change. I did not want to feel like that. So I invested in some stuff, and I don't want to put all my business out there. I'm okay. Financially, I'm good. Okay? Meaning I'm good, my family's good, you know, everyone around me is good. And I always felt like if God blessed me, I'm supposed to bless other people all the time. Now, I do all the time. I'm not going to pick up a camera to show myself feeding the homeless. I did that once. I snapped once. I went to a thing, my husband, my kids, all of us went, because I wanted my kids to really see and be involved in how people are less fortunate live. Now, me and my kids have fed homeless people on the streets before, like we ride by, we get them food, take it back to them, but not like a load of homeless people all together. So I do bless people all the time, all the time. I'm always paying stuff forward. I could be in Walmart line, it could be someone behind me, and I'll tell the register, take this 50 and put it toward their purchase, and I'll leave. I don't need a thank you, none of that. I do that all the time, because I am a very caring person. I'm a very giving person, and I think when you're a very caring person, a very giving person, people seem to run over you, and that is what happened to me, and that is what led me to go into depression. I realized that people were calling me all the time to borrow money from me, and I would never hear from them anymore unless they paid me. And then when they paid me back, they would always want more. So it was like, you're paying me back, but you're not really paying me back, because I'm studying letting you borrow money. And you guys know I live in Texas, so I'm from Mississippi. So, you know, I have people who call me all the time. I take care of a lot of people that's in prison, okay? I take care of a lot of people. And it wasn't becoming a lot on me, because I'm never going to let someone have anything that I need right back. 9 out of 10, I'm not going to let someone borrow money that I just need back, because you're taking a chance every time you let someone borrow money, or whatever it is. You're giving someone a check or whatever it could be. I've always been like, okay, yeah, when you need it, I'll go get it at the bank. I'll meet you. Okay, whatever. I've always been this type of person. And it kind of became like a problem, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going through anything. I'm okay. You know, I'm okay. You know, mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. I'm okay. I'm not going through anything in my home. My house is very peaceful. So other than that, I don't have any problems. And I started to realize, you know, people was calling me all the time, like, every day, all the time, and I'm having to be like their psychiatrist or their financial advisor or their loaner, the loan person to loan them money. And it was so many people putting their problems on me, and I didn't have any problems. So I'm thinking to myself, now here I am, I'm trying to figure out a way to do this. If someone called me and like, oh my God, you know, girl, the apartment, I'm just using this as an example. Oh God, you know, I'm trying to get an apartment, you know, can you get an apartment in your name for me? You know, me and the kids don't know where to live. Those type of problems. Like, now I got to be sitting up here wondering, okay, where can I go look for this person an apartment at where I feel like they can pay their own bills in my name and not get put out? Then that's bad on my credit. That's just an example. Or, oh God, my car broke down. Do you have $1,500 to get my car fixed? I'll pay you back. But then you never hear from that person again until they want to borrow more money and they still haven't paid you what they owed you. And I just kept feeling like, wow, like I never felt used before. And I started to feel used, like these people are really using me. And like I said, I've always been a person that gives. I've always been a caring person. But at some point, it started to become so much. And it was just like back at the back, at the back, at the back, at the back. And you know, my husband will say, you know, you need to say no. Just say no. You know, you can't, it's like you can't help everyone. But then I felt like I could help everyone. And then I felt like people didn't even care about me or care about fixing their own problems. They just came to me because they know that they could. And one day I was driving down the highway and I just had an anxiety attack. And I had never had an anxiety attack. And it scared me so much. I pulled over on the side of the highway and I just was crying. And in the moments of me crying, I just felt like, you know, the people who were calling me was putting so much pressure on me. I felt smothered in like my mind. My mind couldn't function on anything else besides helping everyone that would call me all the time to help them do everything. And it became so like bad. And I remember one day just talking to God and I was like, I wonder if I died, what would they do then? You know? And I was like, why am I even having these type of thoughts? Like, I wonder if I die, will anyone miss me? I wonder if I die, what would happen? I wonder if that's how my mind was starting to think. And I was thinking, I shouldn't even be thinking like this. Like, and I knew then that there was a problem because I'm 33 years old. I never once had a thought like that in my mind about anything. Not even about my own problems, you know? And like, I don't have problems. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm taking everyone else putting their problems on me. And they're going on with their merry way, not even trying to figure out their problems. And here I am over here trying to figure out their problems, figuring out their problems, and helping them maintain the help that I've given them. You understand what I'm saying? It could be someone that works for me, and I pay them, I'm just throwing a number out there, $20 an hour. And I'm knowing $20 an hour is a lot of money. From where I'm from in Mississippi, that's a lot of money. Now, I'm in Texas, so, you know, $20 an hour, it could be a lot. It could be small compared to certain people where you live. So I feel like $20 an hour is good, you know, and benefits, all that. And then you come say, well, can I have this? And when I hired you, it's like, you only wanted 16. I said, I'll give you 20. So then it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it just became a lot on me. And I just felt like giving up. I really did. I remember one night praying to God to not wake me up the next morning because I felt like I would be better off like in heaven with God and let everyone else worry about their own problems. And I felt like, you know, I have life insurance. My kids are going to be okay financially. But then I started thinking my kids are not going to have me. You know, no one, I can't leave my kids. Like, I'm really having these thoughts. And other people who are making me have these suicidal thoughts, they're living their life. And here I am up here going through and having anxiety attacks on the freeway. Like, I could have died, you know, and they'll be still living and I'm dead, you know. And so one night I started to have an anxiety attack again. I got in my closet, I closed my door, I put my hand over my ears, and I started rocking back and forth like this. And I knew then, like, something was wrong, and I was telling my husband, something is wrong, I don't know what it is, something is wrong. And the next day, I would still get a call. Can I borrow $300? Can I borrow $1,000? Can I borrow this? Can I borrow that? And I would still say yes, yes, I'll bring it. Yes, 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 yes. And I didn't think anything of it. And then I started to find throughout the day, I would just cry for no reason. And I kept thinking what it could be. Like, I'm happy in my marriage. I don't have any problems. My kids are happy. Everybody's good. I'm sorry, you guys, my phone is going off. Everybody's good, and what could it be? And I would just start crying throughout the day, not even knowing what it was. And then one day, I called my husband and I'm like, I need to go seek help. I need to go, like, today, because I'm constantly talking to God about me not wanting to be awake the next day, basically. Like, don't wake me up, Lord, take me with you. Those were my thoughts. And I called a place. I called a psychiatric place that deals with depression and people who have anxiety. I called them that day. I'm the type of person, if I want to do something, I'm gonna jump on it right then. And so it was so bad. I called crying. I was like, I need help. I need help. And I basically called them and I said everything I needed to say. I Googled. They was the top of the top. I read the reviews. They were hella expensive. And I was like, you know, this, that. They asked me a question. It was like, you're definitely, you know, you check out the list to be checked in. And that is what I did. The hardest thing for me that day was having to tell my kids that mommy's sick. And I don't want to cry. I'm sorry, you guys. That was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life, was look at my kids and tell them, mommy's sick, I'll be back in a couple of days. I didn't want my husband to take me because I felt like I was, like, basically going to jail in my mind. And I felt like if he had took me and I seen him walk away, that I would have not been strong enough to stay, and I would have wanted to leave with him. So I basically took myself and checked myself in because it was easier for me to do, and that's what I did. Throughout the entire time I was there, I talked to psychiatrists every day. There were different programs we did every day. And throughout my sessions, I learned that I love very, very hard and I'm not a no person. And I learned that it's okay to say no to people. I learned that it's okay to not help everyone. It's okay. Because I sat and thought about, like, you know, and they put stuff in your mind and you think about it. You know, could these people help you if you need their help? What would you do? Who would help me? You know, the thoughts in my head is my husband, my mom, my dad. Those are the three people that I know I could call if I ever needed anything, and they would be there for me. Not all these other people who was calling me you know, calling me. My mom and dad don't even call me for anything. They don't need nothing from me. My mom and dad have their own money. You know, my dad did 40 years in the military, retired. My mom retired. They're good. They don't need nothing from me. You know, I do stuff for my mom and dad because I feel like, you know, they raised me well. And if I want to do something for my mom and dad because I want to, I can. They don't ask me for anything. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just my appreciation to them for just being great parents to me. So I just felt like it was so hard for me. And in the process, the lady was asking me questions like, you know, who'd you talk to? Who could you call? And I was like, oh no, my husband. And the lady was like, you can't call your parents? And I said, I would never call my parents. I said, I'm the youngest of all of their kids. And, you know, my mom and dad still call me the baby. 33 years old, I know they still refer to me as their baby. So my mom and dad are very protective over their children, and especially over me because I'm the youngest. So the lady was like, you can call your mom and dad. I told her, I say, no, I would never call my mom and dad and tell them that I'm going through anxiety or depression because I don't want to worry them. And she was like, wow, I've never heard anyone say they don't want to call anyone because they don't want to worry anyone else, but yet you let everyone call you and worry you. And I was like, absolutely. I would never call my mom and dad and tell them anything like that because I wouldn't want to worry them, you know? And she was like, you're special to basically just take everything in. I've never been the type of person to worry anyone. I figure things out on my own. That's just how I've always been. And through the process, they helped me there. I'm so much better now. I do what I can when I want. I'm definitely not a yes person like that anymore. And I'm very thankful to have gone to that place. And I'm very thankful to the company. I'm not going to say the company's name because it's too personal. But if you're someone out there and you're suffering with depression, I don't care what it is. It could be finance, it could be love, it could be heartbreak, it could be anything. Definitely seek help. The place I went to was kind of expensive. Even though I have insurance, my insurance paid a portion. I had to pay the rest out of my pocket with cash. But I felt like I needed to pay for my peace of mind. And that's what they gave me. And I'm so happy that I went. And I know, I'm going to say this. People, my skin complexion, my race, are known to not being open to talking to people like psychiatrists or therapy or to a therapist. That's just, it's known. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that because I feel very refreshed after all these months. I don't have to take depression pills. I don't have to take anxiety pills. I don't have to do none of that. And I'm very thankful that I went there. And I'm very thankful that I noticed my problem and I went and sought help because I don't know where I would have been. And I feel like if you're someone going through this, don't let other people, and if you're someone and your depression is like my depression was, always taking on other people's responsibilities and they're going on having their fun, living their life, not having no worries, and you're stuck dealing with their problems, that's their problems. You know, you can only help so many. People have to learn to help themselves. And I started thinking, well, no, that's selfish. I started thinking like, you know, God bless me. I'm supposed to be able to bless other people. And I started thinking that's so selfish of me. But then I started thinking I'm being used. Like, there are people that's using me. I don't want to be used, you know. And so it took me going there for me to realize that people were basically using me. And I don't have any ill feelings toward them or anything like that. I feel like, you know, at that point in my life, I blessed them. And it's all good. I just know that it put me in a place that I never want to be in again. And I'm glad I seeked help. And if you're someone, like I said, going through anything, never let someone peer pressure you into doing something you don't want to do. I was never peer pressured. I just was too nice and too much of a giving person. That was my problem. I'm still nice, I'm still a giving person, but I do it when I want to, and that's that. So I hope you guys got something from this video. You know, I'm not sure if it was all over the place. I hope it touched someone. I hope if you're someone going through depression or anxiety and you need to talk to someone, I pray and hope you guys go seek help, because I promise you it's definitely worth it. Even if you just go to counseling and talk to someone, it's definitely helpful. Even if you talk to a close friend and you open up about stuff, it's always better to talk to someone than to hold that stuff in, because that stuff will definitely stress you out and it will kill you. And one thing you don't want to do is that other people put their stress on you. That is not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. So I love you guys so much. Like I said, I hope this video touched someone, helped someone, and that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to share my story with you guys. I didn't want to go into as much detail. I'm never going to get on my social media and slander people's name and throw names out there. I would never do anything like that, because it's just not in my character. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Snapchat and Instagram. You guys know Snapchat get first dibs on everything. And I'm so much better now, you guys. Like I said, it's been like 6 months since I've been. And, you know, I will say I had to cut a few people off. But that's okay, because I realized that those were the people who were just using me. And that's fine too, you know. Like, everyone is not meant to make it into what you have going on in your future. Some are meant to bye-bye, go away. It is what it is. So, yeah, everyone is not meant to grow with you. And that's okay. It's okay. So I love you guys so much. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe. I love you guys so much once again. And until next time.
Baby, your picture perfect. Your smile, God made it perfect. Don't let nobody tell you different. Baby, you're so worth it. You was beautiful in every way. When I'm describing you, that is all I say. Ain't nobody gorgeous